Hey everybody, it's Peter here with another GoodieReader.com reading review. Now this is going to be a reading experience and PDF experience with the two devices here you see in front of you, Kindle DX and Kindle HDX 8.9. If you guys aren't familiar with what tablets and e-readers are, this is a backlit LCD screen that'll last about 9 hours. This is a non-lit e-ink screen that uses kind of the same technology as those calculators with the black ink that kind of shows up. And this will last about 2 months maximum with the wireless off. Now we'll look at page turns first. You see it wipes away the entire page here because it has to refresh, and it doesn't do that on this because you don't notice, but this is refreshing really quickly on the screen, but you just don't notice it. This is touchscreen, this is not. So you can do things like go to the text, you can change the text size, you can change themes, green, sepia, black and white, white. You can change the margins, like so. You can change the line spacing, and you can change the text here. And then you can do text to speech, column split, popular highlights, etc. Lots you can do on this. Let's look at the Kindle DX on the left. You can change the text size. So if you lower it, you can fit a lot of text on one page. Look at that. But we'll keep it big just for the video because it's easier to see for you guys. You can also change the margins. So you can do the narrow margins, wide margins. This is one of the last e-readers, the Kindle DX, with audio on it. So you do have stereo speakers at the bottom. So what that does is you can play music, you can do text-to-speech, audiobooks, etc. Really cool. You can screen rotation. These both have gyroscopes, so you can hang them landscape, and they will change landscape. We're not going to do that right now because it looks bad on camera and everything's optimized. This is touchscreen, so you can touch a word and you get a bunch of stuff down here. You get dictionary, Wikipedia, and translation. Now what you can do on the Kindle DX, HDX right here, is you can actually go and translate the entire body of text to whatever you want. So we can go English to Japanese or English to Russian, and it changes that. So what this means is that you can virtually read any book, any PDF, any document, and change it into any language you want right on the spot, which is really cool because that way, if you do want to read a classic book, but you only speak, let's get a cool language here. Well, they're all cool. If you only speak Hindi, you can go like this, and boom, Hindi right there. So that looks really complex. Oh my gosh, look at that rating system. It's amazing. We can also do highlights and notes, and you can do things like share to Facebook, Twitter. You can search in book, or you can search the web. So if you didn't know what the word secretive means, you can search the web, but it does give you a pretty much good idea of what secretive and all those other words mean down here because it will translate and search the web on Wikipedia for you. So that's really what you can do with the reading experience on the Kindle HDX. On the Kindle DX, it's a little bit harder. What you have to do is go to menu and add a note or highlight. And then on the bottom, a cursor appears. So what you can do from there is click, drag, click again, and it locks that in place. That's how you make a highlight on the DX. Now, if you wanted to make a note, it says begin typing to create a note. So, Peter is cool. Oh my gosh, okay. I don't know, I didn't look at that, but yeah, it didn't respond to what I was writing. Whoops. All right, let's go ahead and type it again. Peter is cool. Yeah, what happened is that e-readers are very slow. I mean, you know, I don't want to beat around the bush. They're very slow devices, so you have to be very patient with them and make sure they catch up when you're typing and stuff like that. So we saved a note and it is right there now. So that's really the reading experience on the Kindle DX. It's very bare bones. You can't really do too much. The Kindle HDX is a lot more higher quality, and it does have a lot more features, but with that comes a very low battery life, of course. So what we're going to do is open up a PDF now called Is Science, and I'm going to open up the exact same PDF on the Kindle DX, and we will get to the same page here. Page 7 it looks like. Alright, so this is the exact same PDF on both of these. What we're going to do is just look around, see what we can do. We have pinching and zooming on the Kindle Fire HDX. Very easy to kind of navigate. Let's do the page turns. And back and forward. You know, it actually doesn't take that long on the DX. The only downside is that it has to refresh every single time. But let's see what we can do here. Doesn't look like, oh, we have to let it render, and then doesn't look like you can do long presses. Now the beauty about the Kindle Fire HDX is that you can download other PDF readers and sideload them in so you can have a better experience. We're just showing you by default what you can do. So there's the zooming. That's pretty much the extent of what you can do, and then you have quick page kind of navigation. So what we're going to do is focus on the Kindle DX because this is where it gets really annoying. You can't pinch and zoom, so what you have to do is zoom, and here's your estimated zoom box of what it's going to look like. And once we press OK, it will then take a little bit of time, and it will zoom that to the full screen, like so. You can then use the navigation stick or the page turns, but it takes a very long time to actually, there you go. So it takes a long time to register what you're doing, but you can use the little control stick here to navigate around the page once you have that zoom level. Everything's cut off, nothing's really reflowed. You can see here, evidence presented, blah, 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 and then there's an E, and then, you know, OSS. It's not that great to read PDFs on this device. It really isn't. But the good thing is, once you go fit to screen or actual size, it is fully readable on the screen because it is a 9.7 inch. So, I mean, although people are like, oh, you can't zoom, you can't pinch a zoom, there's no zoom slider bar. Sure, but that's almost like the size of a piece of paper. It's not really the size of an 8.5 by 11, but it's pretty close to a full piece of paper you'd hold. It's no different than one of those, like, you know, car pamphlets or whatever. So, you know, essentially, yeah, you can really read everything on here. I mean, I just have normal vision and I can read it fine, but you know, if you do have a little bit trouble seeing, zoom in with the zoom. This has been the reading experience on both of these devices. To wrap up, this is going to be better no matter what, in the sense that it's faster, it's crisper, it's just quicker. Everything registers very easily. This is going to be slow and sluggish, but this you can read longer. You can read this for months. Also, this has free worldwide 3G, meaning that you can use internet and the web browser anywhere in the world on this device. This is bound by Wi-Fi or AT&T 3G or 4G, depending on where you are in the world. You can buy this and only use it there. So for more information on these, please let us know. Please comment if I've missed anything. And for another reading experience between these two guys, this has been a Good e-Reader comparison. My name is Peter. Everyone have a great day.
To your BlackBerry 10 device. And the ability to install Android files is actually something rather new with BlackBerry, which suddenly makes it a viable device because you don't have to rely on BlackBerry World for your apps. You can actually install apps directly from the Good e-Reader App Store. Now we have Snapchat on the BlackBerry phone, and in the link to this video we'll have a direct link to download Snapchat as well as a link to our App Store. Now we downloaded this from the web-based client, but you can